Good evening, friends. I'm Matt from theshavingcadre.com, otherwise known as Lukey3262, or Straight-Faced, whichever you'd like to look for me as. I'm here to do an evening shave. I'm not in my usual digs. I'm actually out on a short vacation with the family, and so I'm doing a travel shave. So today, for the hardware, I'm going to be using a vintage travel razor, a souvenir razor with a really unique case. I mean, these have been produced or had been produced from the 1920s through the 30s. I cannot remember the name of them, but they're kind of unique in that the scales and the little box that it comes in are kind of mated together. So you slide it on out, and then you have the razor and the scales built into the base. And there we go, she pops out. This one has a little seal on the backside, and it says Gerb Lutzenkirchen Zollingen. So it's a German steel razor. I do not know anything about the maker on this one, but it's Swedish, a fine German blade. It should shave well. I just put a fresh edge on it on Tuesday during my lunch break with a J-Nat edge and reset the bevel and everything. So we're gonna see how it does. It was popping hairs really well before I left the house. Now, of course, I forgot my strap at home, my paddle strap that I usually bring. So I'm gonna get inventive, and I'll probably strap on one of my pant legs, and then I'll also maybe try out doing some newspaper strapping. I can do that too. For the brush today, I'm going to be using a synthetic brush, which is always great to take with you traveling. This is a Tekichi beehive, and it's really nice. I think it's a 26 millimeter synthetic. The soap today is the TDS shaving stick, this is the red Inspiration. Excellent scent. Really like it. It's a great herbal. And actually, of all the TDS soaps, I think that this really lathered. I mean, I don't know that it beat out every one of them, but it lathered really, really well. Last time I did it with I rubbed it on my face like I'll do this time. I'm also going to use TDS's Juniper Evergreen aftershave, and then I'll use the Nivea Men High Performance Extreme Comfort aftershave balm. And for an alum, I'm going to use the Barbero alum block. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. I did take a shower just a minute ago, and then on top of that, I used, I forgot my standard pre-shave too, and my wife had some of that apricot scrub, so I used a little bit of that. So hopefully that got me doing good and softened. And I don't have a shaving sponge, which I usually use, or a razor wiper, so I'm just going to use a wetted, rolled up, clean wash towel to wipe my my lather off my blade. All right. Now, me and the family had a really nice ride today. Well, last night and today we decided we were going to try to save a little money and not fly, so we drove ourselves out to Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. We decided we wanted to spend most of a week at Gatlinburg, and visit the Smoky Mountains. And today being the first day, we visited Gatlinburg. Beautiful tourist town, really cool, and the shadow of the mountains. And hit up a restaurant and did a bunch of shopping. In general, just had a fantastic time. And then we finished the evening with driving into the state park, or the national park. And got to enjoy some of the views of the mountains. Tomorrow we're going to hit up Dollywood. I'm sure my son's going to just eat it up, especially the steam train. And then if we don't spend the whole day there, we're going to go back to the mountains. And probably walk a trail if we have time in the evening. And yeah, so that's kind of the plan for now, and I guess we'll see what the weather brings. And if the weather's crazy, maybe we'll just be doing some shopping. I guess we'll find out. All right, leather worked out, or lather. The lather worked out really well. I'll go ahead and get on with it. This bathroom is nowhere near as well ventilated as the one I'm used to working in. And I definitely don't have all my tools, but should be a good shave nonetheless. Now the edge I did have on this razor previously was an Escher edge, if I remember right, but I don't think that the bevel was well set, and it gave me trouble. So I reset the bevel on it and honed it on the black Arkansas with the J-Net Nuguras. And it is very sharp. And quite comfortable. Yeah, last time I honed it, I didn't shave test it before I went on a trip, and the only razor I brought with me was this one. It was an uncomfortable week. Now the only thing I don't like about this razor is that the previous owner must have kept it in a box with about 50,000 mothballs, and so the thing smells like mothballs. Considering maybe taking the scales off. Not that the peen job is gorgeous or anything. Think about taking the pen off and doing a good clean on it, and maybe trying to deodorize it somehow. I don't know, it's kind of distracting while I'm using it during the shave. It just get whiffs of of mothballs mixed in while I'm enjoying my shaving soap. Now, if that's the worst thing I have to complain about, that'd be fine. I did mix up something a little different with my last shave. I don't typically do an against the grain up pass on my cheeks or on my lips. Well, I do kind of on my lips. I do against the grain, but I don't usually do those passes because the way my hair grows in, it grows in at an angle where it's pointing toward my mouth. So in this direction. And so for me, that's my against the grain pass. I must have a few hairs that point the other direction, point down, but not a whole lot. But I can say, after shaving against the grain, my shave lasted marginally longer, maybe by about 4 to 6 hours, which is kind of nice. Then again, I don't mind shaving more often, so it doesn't really matter to me. But as far as comfortability, it was fine. It was comfortable. I liked it, but I think I'll do it more just so that I can really master that part, because I've never actually done a lot of that, because it's never really done a whole lot for me. But it'd be good to have another stroke to add to the tool belt. Wow, after that first pass, the razor feels noticeably sharper. My assumption is because I don't have as much hair on my face, I can get the blades actually coming closer to my skin. Well, I pushed a little hard there. I bet you I'm going to feel that with the alum. Not sure what I was thinking. I pushed a little harder on that across the game pass right here, so That might show up later. I guess we're gonna find out. Relather a little bit, like I always do. Now, if you've stuck around long enough on this video, please do me a favor. As I shave the most dangerous part of my face, my neck. Rather, my neck is not part of my face, but the most vital part probably is my neck. If you haven't, please like and subscribe to my channel. I have a lot of fun conversing with my followers. I've really started to create some really great relationships with these guys. And I'm happy to talk about shaving or life or whatever you guys want to talk about. So by all means, comment on my shaves. It's a blast to get to know you guys a little bit better. And as always, if you see me doing something in my shave that's garbage, or I say something that sounds halfway inaccurate, and we want to chat about it, bring it up. I want to know. I always want to get better at my shaves. I want to get better at the info I give to other folks. So, by all means, say something to me in the comments. Come on over to theshavingpadre.com. And let me know. I'm also in the middle of doing edge exchanges with several folks. I had one gentleman reach out to me from the comment section about doing edge exchanges for JNAD edges, and I'm happy to provide edges and see how other people's edges shave. I think that's a blast. In fact, my buddy Mike, he did the very same thing, and of course he enabled me extremely well to go get a hold of some JNATs. So I went ahead and ordered some JNATs this last week, and so good job, Mike. You know, I find it to be a ton of fun, and you know, maybe I'll find something I love in the process. And I did go ahead and mute the toe of this thing a little bit. It is and was a dangerous little thing. I don't often do that because I like to leave the razors as is and have them shave the way they were meant to shave, but this one, when I honed it the first time, it had a bit of a smile on it, on the toe, and that smile correlated to the razor taking a bite out of my strop. It actually wasn't, well, not a bite, but it was scratching my strop every time I stropped it. And so I gave it a little run on the side of the finishing hone, and then went and shaved with it. But I guess I didn't get it good enough, and it's still, well, I had it with me for a week whenever I traveled, and it wanted to, I think I nicked my nostril with it about twice. And so I brought it home and gave it the business. Had to neuter it a little bit. But like I said, I usually never do that. Very sharp, very efficient. And I want to say, I picked this razor up for a steal several years ago. No name, unpopular, not just nameless razors like this one. No one knows this brand name. They go for cheap on eBay. And so even with the scales on this one, I think I did end up getting this one for somewhere around 20 bucks. So do yourself a favor. Hunt for those razors that are closing out soon and the buy it nows, or the auctions that don't have any bids, especially if they're no names and they're in great shape. You really might end up with a treat. And then I'll do my up pass, I suppose, on my cheeks. Be nice to stave off the 5 o'clock shadow a little bit for the family photos later tomorrow afternoon. So I will do so. And I'm sure Irina will appreciate it. I'm sure she'll just be giddy to have me smooth just a little bit longer. Okay, so first off, gotta get my grip. Oh, looks like I've been shaving off angle, or off, maybe partially off camera the whole time. I hope not. But if I did, I understand why you stopped watching. And I sympathize with you having to look at that bad angle. The blade is very sharp, but apparently I'm being sloppy today because I've missed a whole lot that I'm picking up on this fast. The TDS shaving soap is performing wonderfully, by the way. Alright guys, I'd say that does it. Now I will likely not try to upload this video until after my vacation's over with. I just don't think I will quite have the time nor the bandwidth here at the hotel to do so. Alright, so definitely take your razor out of the bathroom here in these hotels when you're done with it. I experienced one time, I wasn't thinking about it, and I was at a work conference, and the cleaning staff came in. I had my straight razors sitting on a little shelf underneath the sink, or underneath my mirror. And so the cleaning staff came in, and I had moved all the soaps and everything that they leave, you know. I had moved all of that out of the way. Oops, dried off my face, and I got a lung to put on. Anyway, well, long story short, when I came in, they were not where I left them, and learned a lesson why I need to put them away. Very little alum tingling, believe it or not. Ooh, there's some right there. Must have gone a little whole hog with it there without some lather. And on this side of my chin too. Guess I need to rewatch the video and see. But really a phenomenal shave, to be honest. Now, so anyway, yeah, I left my razors out, and then also second to that, when they were in there cleaning, they got some water on a couple of my blades. Or maybe it was only one. I can't remember if it was one or two blades. So I ended up with water spots on one, I know that. And it's a little frustrated, but at the same time, I guess it's kind of my own fault for leaving them in the bathroom when I knew cleaning staff would come in. You live and you learn. All right, Use a little TDS, Juniper Evergreen. Fantastic aftershave and soap. One of my favorite scents. The grain alcohol from this will come out and get you. But it kind of, or maybe it's not grain alcohol, I'm not sure which alcohol they use, but it'll come get you, and then it kind of dies out pretty quick and dries down super quick. All right. Little vintage Nivea High Performance. Been a while since I used this one. Don't remember it having a green hue to it, but I guess it does. Still smells good. And we are at BBS. I'm not going to say it was the most exceptional BBS. I think I have just a hair of work to do on this razor. I think I could probably go back to a trace slurry again. And become a little bit smoother. It kind of, I don't know, it kind of was a little bit more harsh on the second pass through finish, but I can't complain. So anyway, guys, that was my shave. Thanks for coming along with me. It's always great to have you. Please do check out the other channels related to shavingcadre.com. Bill M, Hanna-Barber Dave, Spider Shaves, Finster Shaves, Long Haul Tanker, the Cutthroat Journey, and more. I'll link in my description to their channels, and I will shave with you guys later. I'm going to enjoy my vacation. Take it easy. Bye-bye.